welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon. Of course, I'm Ninon, your host, and I have a reoccurring guest, which always makes me very excited because that means they like the first interview and they want to come back again. And I have Spirit Jordache with me, and you are just amazing. You keep moving forward and you keep having sort of inspirations, but then you are the Spirit.
That's what I am.
That's what you are, the Spirit.
Yes.
Now your book, you had a book, right?
Yes.
And that's all gone out, and that did well, and everything was good for that.
Yes. In the last visit that we talked,
Yes.
I was just released,
Yes.
and it's doing pretty well on
Doing
Amazon and iTunes. Yes.
And I was just asking Spirit, how are people perceiving 2017, and we've had a lot of changes, obviously, in the beginning of this year. I can't believe we're nearly in April. I mean, it's like flying by. It's just amazing. So what is going on with this world, and where are people sort of gravitating to, and why are they hesitating to make a move?
Well, I think a lot of people are refusing to go back where they come from. Where do you come from? You come from spirit. You come from consciousness.
Yes.
But when you approach somebody about it, the first thing they say, well, I cannot quiet my mind. I cannot be silent inside. And what I have told them, you know that I'm a dancer and a painter, so I'm going on my 39th year of professional dancing. And before I became spiritual, it was very difficult to actually even practice and rehearse, because you realize that when you want to do a rehearsal or a performance, you have to be completely quiet in your head in order to perform at your best. So actually, the spirituality that I acquired and the writing of the book allowed me to actually be a better performer, a better painter, because I was able to say, I'm here now, and this is the time to be present.
And this is the gift you have been given, so why not mature your gift to give it to other people? Because you're such a beautiful dancer, you're actually giving your gift to other people to enjoy.
Correct. And what I tell people, when you watch a performance, regardless of whether it's a singer, a theater piece, or a dancer, or a painter in action, you are actually quiet yourself. You become one with the performer, and that is why a lot of the audience gets addicted to go buy tickets and watch a performance, because it is when you are at peace, you are one with the performer. And
your concentration is so much on that performer that you are forgetting everything else. It's totally aggravating you, or whatever it's doing. I'm making you happy, I don't know. But you're completely dismissing all that from your body because you're concentrating on that one thing. So this is actually a trick to try to dismiss everything out of your mind. I think, I always say this to people, I think we worry about too many things that are never going to happen.
Absolutely. It is your mind constantly giving you something to worry about.
It's always worry. It doesn't seem to be something that's happening.
It's either the future or regrets from the past. But the real life, the only space where life happens is now.
Right now. So enjoy the moment, I guess. Is that what we're going to be talking about? Now, we also want to talk about your dancing. Now, you're a performer. Are you performing anywhere? Or no?
I just did Saturday for Fatalo Original, which is with fans of Jimmy Century.
Yes.
They had a corporate event. I did what you call speed painting. You do a painting of whatever subject they may have at the time in under 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you find out their subject. You're a speed painter, right?
Well, normally the ideal way is to paint and take your time, but when it is speed painting, like this last time, it was two lovers kissing, and prior was the face of David Bowie, because it was a tribute to him. In those times, you cannot be super detailed. You have to make sure that you give your piece as fast as possible.
Capture it very fast.
The essence.
So therefore, capturing the essence. So therefore, within your brain, you've got to be very clear as to what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Because you could do a portrait in 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Yes, about.
Could you do it?
One right now.
Not now. No.
Absolutely, I can do it.
You probably could.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But it would take up like 5 or 10 minutes of our interview. which would be
Yes,
also
exactly.
good. But exactly. So maybe next time I'm going to have him on.
Right.
That's all he's going to do.
Right.
Have you come
well,
on and do?
Well, you interview somebody else.
Well, I'm interviewing. That's a great idea.
Yes,
So
we'll
do
paint
that.
in the
We'll
background.
Yes,
Yes.
you can paint in the background, and you
Absolutely.
can do the whole thing and everything else.
Yes.
How did you come up with this idea of this? I'm going to call it spiritual painting because it's your spirit within that gives you this knowledge of how to do it.
Well, when I started painting on canvas, I've been painting since I was a little kid. I remember that I could do faster than most people. I'm always been a fast.
You're a fast thinker, a fast
right.
person in
So
movement.
when I saw a piece, there is a famous guy called Garibaldi. He performed for the Jabberwockies.
Oh yes.
And I saw him, and he paints on black canvas. When you paint on black canvas, you can be faster because your darkness, your shadows are already incorporated in the canvas. I do the opposite. I paint on white, which is harder and takes a little longer. Yes.
Now, do you have any of your paintings in an exhibition or in a gallery or anywhere?
I was just speaking to a gallery in Henderson. They want to see if I can have an opening with them. I don't have enough pieces for an opening, so I have to first create them.
Yes,
and then
but also, would you not paint people while they're there, since you do it in such a short time? You could have that as part of his opening, so that people understand.
Well, the thing with the speed painting is that you do have to rehearse.
You do?
Yes,
okay.
I mean, to rehearse the face of David Bowie, I have to remember his features
and everything
before I can put it on canvas.
Yes. But what
Unless
about
I'm watching the person?
Exactly. If the person's right there, then you can just do it
Absolutely.
from that.
Yeah.
Isn't that fascinating?
Right.
My mother was a painter, but she was incredible at painting roses and flowers and everything. She was just absolutely amazing. And hands, because I believe that in painting, hands are very, very difficult.
Very difficult.
They're very hard to actually to get right, because they always seem to want to make a hand bigger than what it really is.
Absolutely.
And then they want to put it in a place that nowhere in any part
doesn't
belong there.
Yes.
That would never be there. It would never be.
Yes.
So in all you have done and all what you do, what do you feel the most relaxed and happy in?
I would say dancing.
Dancing.
I mean, when I am in dancing, I'm in where I belong.
And what sort of dancing do you do?
Mostly hip hop and popping and locking.
So so you're kind of on the floor and you can
No,
twist around.
that's break dancing.
Oh, that's break dancing.
Popping and what most people call the robot.
Oh, the robot. Okay.
I mean, it is not it, but
that's similar.
But that's what most people relate it to.
So why do you think? Because you are so gifted and so talented, and you've been able to find out all your gifts, or have you found out all your gifts? You might have more hidden gifts though.
Well, life is a journey, so you never know. I mean, and everybody that you encounter in life is a teacher.
Yes.
And also a student. So when I meet somebody new, I want to pick their brains and learn something new. I mean, because
they might trigger something within you or something else that you have.
Absolutely, and vice versa.
And vice versa, that you haven't realized that you can do. And it's so funny that we were talking about this, because as I've got older in life, and I've realized that there's things I could have done over there, but I never knew about them.
Yeah.
And sort of, I'm not saying I missed out, because I don't think you miss out on anything. But it's such a great inspiration when you're growing up, that you suddenly find these new things you can do. This is like my producer. My producer had never produced. He'd never been in the business. Now he's found out, and he's becoming one. Everybody wants him now.
Exactly.
But he's not available. He can't go anywhere. He has to stay.
He has to
stay. I've got him under lock and key. So anybody, any ideas out there, I will find out. Believe me. But that's amazing what you do, Spirit, and it's wonderful. How can anybody get in touch with you in case they want to hire you for dancing and also for speed painting?
I have a website called spiritjordache.com, and I also have 3 pages in Facebook. One is called Spirit Jordache. I have another page that is the title of my book, which is Let Your Dog Out. I'm on Instagram under Spirit Jordache. I'm on Twitter under Spirit Jordache. And
so you are actually, he's actually in the media.
yes,
Yes,
I
you're
do
in the media.
a lot of social media.
Social
a lot.
media, yeah.
Mostly with spiritual messages.
Yes.
In a few of my performances when I get to
Spur of the moment.
Yes.
What message, spiritual message, would you have for our audience out there that can make them feel really good?
Well, never ever allow the thoughts in your head to control who you are or where you're going. That is just a tool, and that tool is a beautiful thing to have, unless it's actually torturing you. So in those instances, what you want to do is remain here and now, always in presence and always in spirit.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. He's been amazing. Spirit Jordache, absolutely amazing. Catch up with him on Instagram and all the social medias, because you will find him. Thank
And
you
I'll
so
be
much.
back for your painting.
And then he's going to
Yes,
come
I'll
back,
be back.
and then after he does the painting, we'll actually show it.
Yes,
that would be
absolutely.
great.
Yes.
We'd love that.
Yes.
Arrange that with Nick, and we can do that, and that would be fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. We'll be
Namaste.
back. Vegas Live with Ninon.